Hey guys, Tightrope here, bringing you a 2v2 today. We are on Wolfheze, playing today spawning in the north. We have Jonathan 10 as US forces immediately going for Airborne, teaming up with him. FinallySomeRest also with US forces going for Mechanized. From the south we have Rutra playing as OKW with Elite Armoured, Special Operations and Overwatch, and finally chris19 also with OKW, Elite Armoured, Grand Offensive and Overwatch. So a Patreon backer submitted a game, but everybody in this match is actually of the correct rank. Jonathan 10 around 80, FinallySomeRest 50, Rutra 5 and Chris 100. Okay, so rifle into Pathfinder for Jonathan. No Kubawagen for either of the OKW players yet. Got some beacons coming up on the far side as well. And tank traps. Take a little bit of damage, maybe one shot worth, then backing away. Okay, so FinallySomeRest is going to go for a WC-51 now. Do have to upgrade it with the machine gun, so it doesn't pay sometimes to get earlier than this, because you won't be able to use it in any combat. Bit of a move here by Chris. Volley fire out the back from the re-echelon. They're out in the open. Only 2 models as well. The number of shots you shoot is very important in this. So if you're down to 2 men already, it's often not that effective. Maybe if you had like a weapon like a bar or M1919, but this is probably going to delay the machine gun now activating the volley fire, so it wasn't the best from FinallySomeRest. I think I covered volley fire quite extensively in my guide about tactical support for US forces. Check that out. So the double Pathfinders, they're doing very well against Rutra down the far side, who's now trying to get some tech up. No, it's going to be a 2-2-1. WC-51 does match up pretty well against the 2-2-1. Before it gets upgraded to the 2-2-3, it just has a good penetration on its 50 cal.
We have a lieutenant reporting in for duty.
Of course, though, it only can face forwards in a relatively small cone. Oh, it's not that small. It's decent.
Crank it up.
But now doing some capping. That was one of the changes to the WC-51. We haven't really seen it too much since it got all its nerfs. I'm making use of the crew repairs on it as well. It's one change. Saw Twisted Toots use it a little bit, and he pretty much always have the re-echelon inside it just to use them for repairs. But here we go. It's actually a double 2-2-1 push now. WC-51 getting loaded up with the lieutenant, who doesn't have the munitions for a bazooka upgrade, so now quite a lot of small arms damage. You can see doing quite a lot in return. This 2-2-1 actually shooting at the re-echelon. The lieutenant jumps out, and there we go. Chris loses, but this is an ambitious repair attempt right in front of that much small arms fire. That was yeah, not such a good idea, I don't think, for FinallySomeRest. I think he could have just backed away there and survived, right? I don't think it was necessary, but it is a decent trade. I think the WC-51 is cheaper than the 2-2-1, especially in terms of fuel.
One of our fighting positions is sustaining fire.
Oh, there's a fighting position down here. I didn't even see it. It's hidden under the flames. It's like, what is this 2-2-1 shooting at? The re-echelon when put inside can launch those rifle nades from it.
A capture point is under
Not
attack.
if it keeps getting killed by the incendiary grenades. Jumping down onto the cutoff, and there's a bit of a 2-on-1 on this right-hand side against Rutra.
Enemies are swarming
The
one of
fighting
our
position
placements.
does go down eventually to those incendiary nades. 2-2-1, up to 7 kills already. That's actually a rebuild on the WC-51 for FinallySomeRest. Guessing he's going to put the cav rifles inside. Has not decided to upgrade it with the 50 cal at this stage. I think he's going to try go in for a dive with the sticky satchel. Looking for his moment. Got to be quick on the tab key if you're going to go for those kind of maneuvers. I'd say, you know, we'll pay to do a couple practice runs and cheat commands mod if you want to teach some of those maneuvers. They're going for a mortar half-track now as well.
Enemy contact! Infantry at board! Under fire!
Okay, gonna go for a drop-off with the cav rifles. A bit of a late retreat, but it looks like the riflemen themselves are going to get away, and it's just a lot of firepower. The Thompson model of the Lieutenant's still alive. Cav rifles doing well at that close range. They'll jump back in, and this time, WC-51 has the upgrade, and here comes the anti-air half-track as well. It's going to open up on the stern pioneers. There's quite a lot of building damage though.
57mm AT gun now deployable by air. Air resupply is now
Okay,
available.
I thought he's going to start charging in and going for the dive. Timing when the retreat would happen. Half-track assisting on the far side, but now it looks like it's going to turn its attention over to the MG inside the building. Meanwhile, the re-echelon just out the side, capping up the entire left-hand area. Smoking it out, in fact. Sometimes these kind of units are not very good at attack grounding buildings, though.
Weapon rack is now accessible.
These half-tracks. But MG jumps out of the building, setting up, facing this direction. And here we go, the WC-51 popping the speed boost, coming out to the far side. Machine gun a little isolated. And has to run away. The lieutenant inside at the moment. Cav rifles inside is the ideal target, but they're out of the back healing currently. Oh, Captain dies in the center for Jonathan. WC-51 getting itself switched around the wrong way here. But able to extract itself without taking almost any damage. Good combat in the center. Cav rifles wipe the stern pioneers of Rutra. Late on the retreat there. Maybe getting caught off guard by that DPS close range. WC-51 just looking for another angle. Meanwhile though, the Axis making some big moves, regathering a huge amount of territory, even capping the fuel down here. The half-tracks rolling up. Rutra does have a Raketin, but you can hear it shooting at the building. So the anti-air half-track knows that it's kind of safe to start engaging. And now destroying this building ever so slowly. Tank trap on the door though, I haven't seen that one too often. I'm assuming it works. I don't know if I ever tested that myself though. Oh, bit of phosphorus onto the MG in the building. It's actually pretty good. A lot of damage. Cav rifles finally got their Thompson upgrade now, closing in here. They take a lot of damage on approach. But why the Fox Trinity is trying to run away? If they just stood still and shot, they would have been fine. Oh, that's why they're running away. Bit of a move there by FinallySomeRest. stealing the machine gun away after the D crew.
Enemy is flanking.
Wow.
Veteran C for move.
Approaching in.
Heavy machine gun team, ready for orders.
We go to the echelon, try to chase down
We got a serious
False Grenadiers. Might be able to get the wipe. Oh, the squad I think ran behind this hedge and lost vision. Otherwise might have been able to get the kill there. And Rutra having a bit of trouble on his side at the moment now as well. Kirsten not in the right position. Pathfinder's going to be able to clap eyeballs on it and force it away before it even gets close. Sounds like they got 1 bar each at this stage as well. And the Pathfinders, they just vet up so quickly. It's one of the reasons why they're so OP at the moment. You see that Rutra has 1 unit vet 2 at this stage, whereas both the Pathfinders vet 2, in fact close to vet 3 really.
Jump complete. Swing guns around. Ready.
Okay, repairing up the WC-51 in base, and this time it's going to get the full firepower
The enemy is
of the
overrunning
Thompson-equipped
one of our
cav rifles. It's still a very potent combination for
Commanders, be
wiping
advised.
units,
Ability now ready.
even after the nerfs.
Contact, get down. Crew,
You've
stop
upgraded
running.
this with the
Get to mark. Protect the flank.
223, huh? Oh boy, Chris took a bit of damage on the way in. Looks like he's going to get out alive at least. Kitten though misses its shot on the mortar half track. 50 cal forced out of the building by the ISG though. Some paratroopers
Point is being overrun.
holding their ground. Just trying to get up to the Kitten. And misses again. He's having a really bad time with that Raketten.
Infantry group lost.
Oh no! I missed it again. Another wipe. Looks like Chris might have missed it as well. Sternpie's down to the WC-51 down the far side. That WC-51. Very potent. Here he comes again. Popping the speed boost. Looking for a wipe over here on Rutra's units now. Remember that you can't target with the cav rifles. And he manages to get the sticky satchel off on the 221 as well. That's dead. Big plays there from FinallySomeRest. Swooping in there with that speed boost. And just catching Rutra off guard coming in from the side. Looking rather grim now for the Axis. Chris has just suffered a few too many wipes between the machine gun, the Stern Pioneers. Rutra also falling way behind. All the misses from the Rakettens really not helping the Axis out this match either. There we go, suppression kicking in. MG lining up as well. Rakitten missing again, by the way. Just oh, is that some artillery from the? No, not from the OC-51. It's from a major. The OC-51 does still have that artillery, quite powerful. Comes in quite fast as well. Just almost never see a player with a OC-51 alive and enough munitions to actually activate it.
Ready to come. Back to normal. Let them know we got it. We're taking effective.
Okay, and now the OC-51 back healthy again. And these are really the conditions that it excels in when the enemy's army count is so low. They just don't have squads standing around with Fausts available and kittens nearby. And there we go. Knocks out the Obers as well. Does end up going down to the flak base, combining up this time Rakitten actually landing a shot on the smallest vehicle there is on the field. But there we go. But that's still a pretty good trade. Knocking out the Obers, and Chris just really struggling. I think it's probably not a good idea for the Axis to be splitting up at this stage either, but maybe they feel like they have to against the indirect fire from the mortar half-track. He's been using quite a lot of the phosphorus. Did get nerfed, but it's still quite cheap, so... Well, there we go. Chases away the 50 cal on the far edge. Jackson first for finally some rest. Maybe he's going to try go for a kill on some of these OKW tech trucks. Riflemen though don't have any bars, so they do have a bit of trouble against these STG Volksgrenadiers. One half track though coming in with the assist. Jamal on the other side. Oh no, Rutra about to lose another squad. Or is he? Wow, lucky break. Panzer IV out for Rutra now. Chris has a Panzer IV in production also. But the AT gun is right in position here. With the AP rounds equipped as well. Bounced the first, connected on the second. Oh, but what happened over here? MG down for Rutra. Did he forget to retreat it? He didn't try to retreat it at all from what it seems like. And then the Jackson comes in from the other side. Oh boy, Rutra going on to hold fire, trying to disappear into the fog, but the Jackson doesn't miss. And just as soon as it arrived, it's gone for Rutra. The Panzer IV now for Chris.
What are your orders?
Just AFK in base at the moment. Have the Axis quit? Yep. Alright. Well, some big plays from the WC-51 this game. Knocking out 2-3 of Chris's squads, right? I think it's Sturm Pioneers, MG and Obers. Kept him well contained. I think the first WC-51 loss could have been avoided just by backing away. I think activating repair in front of all that firepower was necessary. But yeah, you got to respect it. I think maybe players have forgotten about how strong the WC-51 can be against the 221. But it is it's got good penetration on that 50 cal, as you might expect. So at least in the head-to-head matchup, it does well, and can put a unit inside it as well to swing things a bit further in WC-51's favor. But yeah, just the Axis couldn't get things going this game. You know, a lot of misses from their Raketen and certainly didn't help. Seemed like Rutra maybe not playing his best either. But yeah, some great moves from FinallySomeRest, especially Jonathan. You know, solid anti-air half-track play. Worked that very nicely throughout the match. Really made it difficult for the Axis. And eventually overcoming. I know this is a short old match, but
Awaiting orders.
yeah, it was a good one. Pretty impressive. Well, FinallySomeRest, you know, making use of that mortar half track on this side of the map almost constantly, while doing so much on the other side as well with the WC-51. But as I was saying, it's really like where the WC-51 excels is when the unit numbers are low. You know, squad wipes are maybe higher on both sides, so it can avoid taking Fausts, catch units more isolated on the edges. But yeah, the volley fire activation, I think, was in that first engagement was not ideal. Kind of delayed the WC-51's machine gun, and yeah, with two models, I don't think that re-echelon over the duration of volley fire can actually suppress. So yeah. Something to keep in mind there. Well, anyway, guys, a wrap on that. If you'd like your game to be cast by me, details are in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all for the next thrilling installment. Goodbye and good luck.